Hey, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy the E-bike guy, back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be understanding battery builds, and this is going to be pertaining to, like, us e-bikers that's wanting to get into building batteries but really don't know how, and want to understand more about the parallel and series connections. So that's what we're going to be doing. So right now I have a battery that I'm building for a customer down south. I haven't got finished with it yet because I wanted to do a video on about understanding the parallel and series connections. Like I say, this pertaining to, like, say, the newcomers that want to do their battery builds and everything, where I happen to go out and buy a high price battery and know what cells they have and everything, instead of just buying those batteries from like Amazon or AliExpress and they don't know what they're getting into. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go get the camera set up, and I'm gonna show y'all how you can build your batteries when you understand those parallel and series connections. All right, so as you can see, I have a 52 volt, and this is a 14S 6-piece setup, and this is kind of like a triangle battery. A lot of people stay away from building triangle batteries because it's hard to do, and they think it's inferior for us battery builds such as myself to build a battery like the one you see on my bike over there that won't handle the amps that I want to put out for as 585 amps. That's maximum discharge, and that's a 450 amp controller set to max. But anyways, we'll talk about that bike later. Anyways, so this is a layout of the triangle battery that I'm building for a customer, and what we're going to do is we're going to be learning about the series and parallel connections. So as you can see, there's quite of a parallel connections going into series, and as you can see, you got some that's actually straight, and then you have some that has parallel connections. Let me grab something to point. Okay, I have a pencil, so I got a pencil right here, so we're gonna need point. So let's flip this to the other side, and as you can see, I have my own method of building these triangle batteries. Now this is the max continuous of this battery is 84 amps continuous, and this is a 30 amp hour setup. And the reason why I know that, because of the cells that I have. These are LG cells. They're 21700s, and you get the data sheets, so that way you can calculate how many amps, discharge amps, it puts out once you put the cells in parallel. Now, so when we talk about parallel series, right? So we talk about how many cells you have in parallel. So this is a parallel connection right here, and then it goes up to a series connection right here. Okay, so when they talk about the parallel connection, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells that's in parallel, but this parallel connection actually is one cell. Okay, so that's one cell, even though you have a bunch of 21700 cells connected parallel, but it's acting as one cell. So it's still at 3.4 volts or 4.2 volts when it's on fully charged, but it's one cell, and that's what we call parallel, because all these cells is all grouped into one. And then when you go to the series connections, is when you connect in this parallel group and this parallel group together, and that's a series connection right here. So now when you talk about the S connection, series connections, this is one cell, and you count that as one S. So this is one S connection. So you have 1S, 2S, 3S, 4S, 5S, and then this is 6S right here, and then that's 7S, 8S, 9S, and this is 10S, that's 11S, 12S, 13S, and then the last one right here, that's 14S. So you count this as one S. right here. So you count this as one S. And then the next one, that just be your second S right there. So that's two S right there. So always remember, when you put cells right here in parallel, how many cells you have in parallel, that's going to equal one cell or equal one S. Okay, so say like these cells, each of these 21700 cells are 10 amps each, right? So you calculate, so you say you add your 6P times the number of discharge, continuous discharge amp that this cell can put out, which is 10. So you get an answer of 60 amps continuous this cell can discharge. These this parallel group can discharge, but that's going to be the whole entire battery. So the more you have, the more these cells you have in parallel, the more your higher your amp hour goes up, and the higher your amp hour will go up, and the higher your discharge rate will be. Okay, that's why a lot of battery builds with high performance, they go with bigger discharge amp cells because they want the maximum discharge rate possible. For a battery this type will be for something like a 45 amp controller or an 80 amp controller, you know, because of the capacity is relative towards the discharge amps as also. But like I say, a lot of battery builders that's building, you know, these batteries square or rectangle for like stealth bombers, they try to stay away from this type of shape because of the fact that the series and the parallel and series connections, like as you see here, are going to be kind of very confusing to some battery builders and everything, and then they think this is a very inferior type of a connection, you know what I mean? And like I say, a lot of people talk about my batteries and everything, especially that one I just built right there on my e-bike. They talk about that bad, but as you can see, that this battery that I built with this whole bike in general, I didn't pull the car with it. We did top speed runs, I did endurance tests and everything, and that battery is performing fine. Same method as I'm doing right here, but only difference between this battery and that battery that has double the nickel strips and double the copper in some areas. Okay, so I know about physics of the power to weight ratio. It's not a heavy bike at 117 pounds. It's not a heavy bike, and there's two of these batteries in existence. There's one that I have right here. There's one up north. I'm fixing to build another one for a customer up in North Carolina, possibly another one in Mississippi too. That I would be so there's going to be a total of 4 of these e-bikes in existence. One of them has a extended swing arm that he does draggy times on. But anyways, enough about that bike. So like I say, well, understand the parallel and the series connections. When you have all these cells in parallel, that's one cell. All that's in one cell, and that's why you get a BMS, like BMS or smart BMS. When you see like it'll say cell 1, 2, 3, 4, like say like you have a 14P or a 14S or 20S setup, you have 20 cells. So the BMS is actually reading this whole entire group right here as one cell. Okay, and that's also your S. You count as a 1S. Just like to say 1S, 2S, and so on and so on. So it's actually reading that because all these are linked together as one cell. Okay, and that's how you go by, you know, going your parallel and your series connections, and also to figure out, like say like if you have a charger, a variable voltage charger, and you want to build a 52 volt battery, but you don't know, well, okay, well, if I get a 52 volt battery, but the fully charged is at 58 volts. I think 58.2 volts or something like that. Well, anyways, what you do, you calculate the full charge of each cell, which is 4.2 volts, and what you do, you take that 4.2 volts and you times it by the number 14, and you get, that's how you get your full charge voltage on the battery, and that's how you select the charger. So it'd be like 58 volts. So so you, like I say, you go 4.2 times 14, or 4.2 times 20, or 4.2 times 22s, and that's how you get your voltage, your full charge voltage. And that's how you when you set your variable charger, you set your variable charger to the correct voltage. Anyways, so yeah, I just want to let y'all know that this type is confusing. When you add these parallel series connections like this one, right? Like I say, like this, how hard this looks right here, but this is actually one group of cells. So there's 6 cells right here, focus, and then it connects to another 6 cells or group right here. So that's one S, and then there's another S series right here, but this is one cell and this is one cell. Okay, so even though this look confusing, this side, let me flip it over, because these triangle batteries are they're pretty hard to build. And as you see how this one looks entirely different. So have all this come together as in one group, and then this is another group right here, one cell. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a group right there, and then it connects to that group, which is your series connections and series connections right there. And then actually this group is going down, and then it connects up to this one right here, and then it goes, keep going that way, all the way down right here. And then you see I got another series to parallel group connection that goes up, and then it comes back all the way to right here. And then I got to finish it up. This is the last cell group, which is 14S, and I have to finish that up. But I wanted to do this before I get all this buttoned up and everything. And I got to start off. So this is my negative connection right here. So this is my negative connection, which is going to be double nickel strip right here. So this is my negative connection, and then the positive connection is going to be mounted right here. So both of the connections going to be mounted on this side, and then so it has some Kapton tape covering all this up, and then this positive wire is going to run down with the negative wire, and it's going to come out the end, just how my bike does, as you can see right here. So we're going to turn around, and as you can see how my wires come up from the bottom, because it's more convenient to be routed down up on the bottom to the controller. Like I say, this bad right here is for like a DIY e-bike conversion kit. My bike right here is an 8,000 watt conversion kit. It's not nothing that I brought straight from AliExpress or anything like that. So it's in a box and everything, and all you have to do is put it together. This is DIY, made in your house or wherever you at, you know what I'm saying? And then, you buy the kit, you put it together. That's what this is. 8,000 watt e-bike kit. You know what I'm saying? They don't sell this. They don't sell the kit like this. They need to. If people want a fat tire bike like this, they should sell a kit like this. And I'm going to talk to a supplier to see if they will sell a kit like this, an 8,000 watt e-bike kit, fat tire, 26x4, or, a 20x4, 20x4 with the QS273 and a far driver controller. You don't necessarily have to get that big of a controller. You can get a smaller one. But anyways, so that's what I wanted to go over, understanding series and parallel connections. It doesn't matter if you're dealing with 21700s, 18650s, 12-volt car batteries. It's all the same, but just different shape. This is more complex than your regular car batteries. It's a little bit harder to do, for one thing, because of the fact that you have a lot more cells like these that you have to put in parallel to have a good amount of discharge amps and your amp hour. That's your capacity. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they don't like to have range anxiety, and that's the reason why I built that battery, because I wanted range, and so far it is doing real good. And this is a 30 amp hour battery, so this is way more range than your typical 20 amp hours, 15 amp hour setup. You know what I mean? So all my e-bikes have at least 20 or better amp hour capacity. Whether they can handle more discharge amp is, you know what I'm saying, is up to the battery itself, or the BMS that's actually built in the battery, you know, that's hooked up to the battery. This one will not have a BMS. I do have a BMS that a customer, that one of my subscribers had got for me. I just gotta get it hooked up on another battery build. But anyway, so yeah, so when you have all this calculated and everything, and you know how many discharge amps this thing can put out continuously, then you can get the proper BMS to put on your battery. So that way, if you get a BMS that's lower, you know, lower amp discharge, then you know, then it's not gonna run right. You know what I'm saying? BMS is gonna trip. You have to reset it. But to me, when I calculate my cells and I get my right answer, you know what I'm saying, that's you know, I don't really need to run, you know, BMS anyways. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people say I should do on that battery. A lot of people, well, I said, a lot of people talk bad about that battery, how I built it like this, and I just put like Home Depot copper on top and everything. It says that, oh, it's only good for 20 amps and all that. It's not good for 450, but I really don't care, because like I say, I know about physics and everything. I know about power to weight ratio, and I built that battery according to what I was going to do with this bike. Same thing with this battery and all the other batteries that I built. So if y'all people think about battery fires and everything I might have, think again, because it haven't happened. And I know it won't happen because I built, you know what I'm saying, I'm building stuff right. And like I say, that's going to be 4 of those batteries and existence coming soon. And because like I say, I'm building, actually, hopefully I'll be building 2 more of this bike right here. There's already 2 in existence right now, but I'm building 2 more. Okay. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, these how to set up your battery. If you're thinking about building a battery, the easiest way to do it is do a square one. This, like I say, this is going to be a triangle battery, because this is going to be resting up against the seat post right here, and then this is the front is going to be up towards the steer tube. And that's why these triangle batteries are more hard to build. I see a lot of people on the comments saying these are more harder to build, and they're not right. They're not good for high discharge amps, which, like I say, I beg to differ, because you have the proof right there. That's why the bike is right here, just to show y'all that it's still here and it's still running good. It's a beast of a bike, and it's not really hard to build. As long as you know how to do it right, you can build a bike exactly like this. I actually love this bike because of the power that this bike gives, how fast this bike accelerates. I mean, the power is so crazy that if it would catch you off guard, if you twist that throttle the wrong way, that front wheel will actually lift your behind up. It will actually flip you. I haven't seen it done on this bike because I don't let nobody ride it, but it happened to E-Bike Kid. So yeah, these bikes are very dangerous also, and I'm not talking about battery fires. I'm talking about dangerous as so much power. Like I say, I'm finna be building one soon, and already let the rider know that to take it easy on this bike right here, because it is very, very powerful and very fast. As you can see, we almost did 90 miles an hour, and the only reason why we did 90 miles, we couldn't do 90 miles an hour, is that the fact that we need to add a stabilizer. Now, once I add a stabilizer right up there with a top bar welded, it's going to be incorporated on all the bikes that I build for customers. Okay, so anyways, if y'all have any questions, just holler at me and everything. But yeah, if you want to build something like this, like I say, the hardest part is to is to make sure you have your series, your parallel and series connections on point for if you're going to curve it and everything to shape it as a triangle. That is the hardest part. I'll advise just to do a square one at first, so that way you know how to connect your parallel groups together, and that'll be one series, and this will be another series connections right here. So like I say, all these right here, that's one cell. Even though you have a whole bunch of them, that is in one cell group. That's why they call it S, because it's one cell as in series. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's easy once you once you get it down pat and everything, and then you calculate, like I say, calculate how many cells, how many discharge amps that cell can put out. You times that by the number in parallel, and then that's how you get your amp hours and your maximum discharge current. So these right here are 5,000 milliamp hours or 5.0 amp hours. So what you do 5.0 times 6, and that's how you get your discharge current. Okay. Or if you have 5.0 by 10, then that's how you get your discharge current. Okay. So yeah, so it'd be like 50 amps or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But these are actually 14 amps continuous right here. These cells can do. So you add 14, you times 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you get your discharge current. And also 5.0 times 6, and you get your amp hours. Okay. So, and that's how you come up with 30 amp hours. So 5.0 times 6 equals 30 amp hours. 14 times 6, and that's how you get your discharge, which is 84, I believe. My calculation might be off, but yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna cut this video right here, and all right, so there you have it. That was just a little video that I wanted to do. It was on my mind for a long time, of how to understand the parallel and series connections. I know it might be a little bit of confusion, but I hope y'all did get a little bit of a grasp of what I was trying to say. So just in case y'all do want to build your own batteries and everything without having to go out and buy batteries already made and everything, then I hope this video will help y'all start your journey into building batteries. Anyways, I'm gonna conclude this video for right now. I might have some more videos on the way soon. And yeah, man, I just wanted to get that out, and hope y'all understand everything. If you have any questions or comments, not no criticism, by the way, but I mean, I do take constructive criticism, but just people just they just take it way too far. Anyways, I will let y'all go for right now. This is the E-bike guy, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.